your bets at GG.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at GG.bet.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Map number 2 about to get underway. Of course, knife round to guide us through so far, and we'll get to see who, of course, selects that CT side. It's probably going to be Nemiga. They want to switch it over. They want to get themselves onto that CT side. They know that this series is in their hands now, and honestly, I think we kind of do as well. With the fact that Dracarys didn't really bring too much on Mirage, a map that they picked themselves. Inferno is going to be one that Nemiga, they're strong on. They've proven themselves on in the past. And essentially it comes down to them getting a good start and being able to close this game out. I think it might be closer than the first map. But yeah, I'm not too sure how well versed they're going to be on it. But of course, let's get right into that pistol round and we'll see Nemiga already taking an aggressive stance toward top mid that is not going to pay off. Valina the first to find a kill. This will send that CT side into a little bit of a passive setup, but Lollipop, as he's able to find one. Redhide to trade in return, Box to provide one more, and Robbo to do the same. Down into a 2 versus 2, and whilst that bomb is a little bit stranded, Redhide can go for the collection. Like an on-time Amazon delivery driver, but it's Box that still is able to close him down. The package being delivered, but Def, he has to try and make sure it gets secured, and still, as he's into that 1 versus 1, a simple headshot from Box will end the round itself, and there it is. And that's going to be a fairly solid round out of Nemiga to start with. A pistol to go in their favor, unlike that first map, actually. I'm pretty sure it was Dracarys that bagged the pistol in map number 1. So, of course, as we do head into that second, they have gone for a little bit of an AK purchase. Which, I've got to say, I kind of like. And like even more now for the fact that Redhide has just been able to spray down 2. Well, okay then, this changes things massively. This has probably sent Nemiga into a save right now. And it seems like Dracarys, they found themselves the first round quicker than we expected. And there you have it, Nemiga, they are not going to move a muscle. Even so, Nemiga. Going to be giving a first round to Dracarys already. Probably a round that they should have won themselves on that CT side, but that'll now see Nemiga probably going into an eco themselves. Or not. They have gone for a rebuy. Fair enough. Couple of MP9s to be dropped out in return. Fair. Making sure that everyone is going to be on that full investment. And still, this round is at least going to be a little shaky for Dracarys now that they are against a bit of weaponry. It looks like this time it's going to be a B-site execution, but oh my gosh, right now it's Box that takes out 2. KO that finds himself 1 in return, but what have we just witnessed right now? There you go. That's going to see Xiaofi. That's just left in a 1 versus 4. And somehow, Nemiga, they've managed to trade off the rounds. The MP9s, they worked out beautifully. As he tries to venture toward the top of Banana, it's probably better for him to die at this point than it is to save. They're going to try and hunt him down anyway, something that does get completed by Nemiga. And a second round that sees that CT side now forcing the rebuy out of Dracaris. Fair enough. I'm liking the fact that they have gone for that investment. Obviously, with Xiaofi dying in the previous round, he got enough money to force that buy. All depends what they can do with it right now. And as Def... Oh, Box, okay. Well, he's going to burn in the Molotov. That's a very silly trade to give up there. Not too sure why he fully aggressed that molly, but fair enough. And it's going to see him now down to a 4 versus 4 on the CT side. Xiaofi's even lurking toward that short position as well, which might actually be a little fruitful for him. JO's boosted onto second oranges. Molotov to go in return. Oh, they're not going to clear out Nubox, though. And look at Robbo as he spots Xiaofi. They have to commit to the B bomb site now. They can't afford to pull away from this. And there's already JO to deliver with 2. It's Valina that's left. And whilst he's able to deal some damage, not that it particularly matters, a 3-1 and Nemiga, they will hold again. Another very solid round. Dracaris now down to an eco. And of course, as we do see that T-side just going for some pistols instead, the aggression of JO and Box again is something that's going to cause them a death. They can't be affording to do that each and every single round. It's not profitable in the slightest. I mean, luckily they do get it traded back fairly quickly, but even so, pretty simple cleanup in the end. A 4-1 for Nemiga to begin with. But yeah, it's just the small little things. It's the slight adjustments they have to make this side not only a very good side, but now a strong side. Because once they fix those little issues, their sight holds themselves. The way they play as a CT side is actually very strong. Oh, and look at this. Some mid-aggression being shown by Nemiga right now. What is this? I've got to say, I like the idea, and it seems to have paid off. A very quick 2v2 to work with, and it seems like Dracaris, it will head straight down toward Banana. It's Lollipop that's in the defense. As soon as the smoke goes through, he should at least be calling the rotation from his teammate. If he dies, that's probably the round, and it might just be. A nice intuition by Nemiga to run that sort of strategy, but it doesn't look to have paid off this time. Oh my gosh, MDS though. Will he realize that the final man of death is this close? Surely not though, as he edges forward. He will check the position. A little bit of damage inflicted, but at the end of the day, it is death that makes the round in their favor. A 4-2, and that'll see Dracaris able to at least fund themselves for a further round. Nemiga, of course, able to full buy AUGs and the likes. Nice little AWP in the hands of Robbo as well. Jo could have gone for that secondary AWP, but probably wants to hold off for now. Doesn't particularly want to be full committing to that in a sort of low economy state scenario. Oh my gosh. Oh my, that was so much damage done by Def. Of course, Pro played Nemiga a countless amount of times. He'll know the aggression that they bring to Banana. And again, it's that Banana push that has been screwing them over in these past couple of rounds. Still, with the bomb inside of T-Base, there has been no commit out of Dracaris just yet. They want to just try and get any sort of info. Oh, but look at Robbo. He's waiting for these men to approach. There's the signal to back away. It's MDS that's able to support him. They make it back into a 4v3. They now hold the cards in their hands here. And as Lollipop repositions toward underneath balcony, just to ensure that Short is safe, a beautiful flashbang. And Shalfie down to 16. Oh, this now gets so difficult as they drop the bomb. That's the round in itself. Red Hide toward the B bomb site. And nothing that he can really bring. A 5-2. Nemiga, they have forced Dracaris onto again another eco round. And this, of course, is now going to see actually what looks like a force buy out of Dracaris. Fair enough. This is going to be a weird investment. Red Hide gone for the AK Kevlar purchase, while the rest of his team just holds off. Can't say I'm particularly a fan of it myself, but fair enough. And there's Robbo, already able to make some very good damage. The AK to be lost already, and whilst it can be recollected by Valina, is there anything that he can do with it? Lollipop says no. 5 versus 2 in a simple round for Nemiga in this one. That will see Dracaris at least facing a scenario where Nemiga, if they win the next couple of rounds, will be taking the first half already. Honestly, on a map that Nemiga have looked strong on, a scenario where they've been able to not only win Mirage, the pick of Dracaris, but now go on to Inferno with the series in their favor. Arguably, you've got to say that this does look like it will be Nemiga's game, unless Dracaris start to pick up their act here. Even so, again, some more aggression to be shown by Nemiga. Luckily, Valina is able to trade in return. It's Red Hide that finds a kill of his own, but look at the gap in the smoke right now. Oh my gosh, Lollipop, he's able to exploit it to his advantage, and down into a 4 versus 3. That is going to see a very confident display out of Nemiga. Still traded back in return, but boxes he's able to deny. It's now Red Hide down to 6 points of health, and with Lollipop as prepared as ever in this sort of position, they will dip around back toward that B bomb site though, but it seems like Jo, oh my gosh, he just lets them pass. The bait and switch, 7-2. And frankly, probably an 8th as well. Nemiga, they are overrunning in this series now. Of course, interestingly enough, our second best of three, or technically third, is going to be Simon Prosto, but that doesn't start till 5 o'clock, so if this one ends quickly, we might have quite a lengthy break in the middle, and Nemiga showing no signs of difficulty in this sort of round. Redhide just absolutely massacred inside of close to logs there. He's going to get no breathing room whatsoever. But a very simple shutdown in itself, and that'll see Nemiga taking an 8-2. Already winning the first half. Dracary's going to be again able to go for that investment though. But obviously Prosto going to be interesting to see how they play with Nickelback as the new addition. Both of them have had a very up and down, turbulent past couple of matches. But in the times they've faced off, it's Prosto that have won 6 out of 8 games. Already Robbo, he'll be able to land the first kill, but not before a trade has been made by Shalfie this time. Ooh, Box does get caught out as well. This now opens up the B bomb site beautifully. And as Jo spotted in the smoke himself, it's Lollipop to remain. And it seems like this time Dracaries, they have found themselves around. Bomb to be planted. For some reason taking themselves a double AWP setup. Fair enough. Lollipop at least able to trade back onto Valina, but shouldn't realistically be making too much of a difference, although he still takes down Shalfie. This is actually some beautiful damage done by Lollipop here. He gets himself 2 kills, and with the 3 players that are dead already, that does force out a reinvestment. And of course, Nemiga have plenty of cash for this. So there's even a scenario right now where Nemiga win this round and Dracaries, they're bankrupt yet again. Thankfully, that T side have been able to go for the investment, at least. I'm liking the way that Nemiga are now playing toward top of Banana. They're not going to be fully sending themselves toward their own deaths, essentially. Now, MDS in the rotation. At least committing 3 players toward this B site. But Dracaries, they have ulterior motives. They're going to head down towards A instead. With a smoke already to be dropped. A minute and 5 on the clock. That will see this T side. Oh, are they making a turnaround? Are they doing a nice little 180 right here? It seems like they're going to head back down towards that B site. I think Nemiga, they're wise to this. With already MDS rotating towards CT as that flashbang is thrown. Have to go for the full send, and Box and Jo, well, they dispatch immediately. A grenade in return to deal some more damage. It's all down to Shalfie. A 1 versus 4 to contend with. And luckily was able to tuck himself inside of close. A boost up, but not that it makes any sort of significant difference. A 9-3. Dracaries again. They are not in a good place. Thankfully, they will go for a little bit of a semi-purchase. Not going to spend the entirety of their economy, thank God. Although Red Hide, again, he's gone for another AK buy, which I can't say I'm particularly a fan of, but fair enough. But even so, is Nemiga single round away from double figures, maybe even able to make a better scoreline than what they got on Mirage. Ooh, a little bit of spam could have paid off there by Lollipop. And Jo, he's brought out the secondary AWP as well. That's where we start to see him now playing very passively. He's not going to be fully aggressing toward Banana this time. As you can see, Lollipop, he takes down a first and a second. MDS even swiping away at a kill, but Nemiga, they keep all 5 players alive. They're beautiful. And that is double figures on the cards already. And it seems like up to now, there is no slowing down for Nemiga. I'm pretty sure these guys go on to face the winner of Quantum Bellator Fire. Why am I saying Quantum Bellator Fire? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure they go on to face the winner of the Gambit Youngsters game versus Warthawks, which could be a very interesting game in itself. I assume Gambit Youngsters will take that victory, though. Currently winning 7-4 on their first map of Inferno. Look at this. It's going to be now Rackeries that are advancing toward this B bomb site, trying to break through yet again. Ooh, maybe Box even aware that that smoke did bounce off of someone. What's the first man, at least? And as they go for the aggression, it's Jo that swipes at it. Gets himself 2, and even with a trade out of Kalinka, finally to be shut down in return. MDS to come in for the rotation, however, and that bomb eventually to be grasped at. Ooh, this should be a free kill for Kalinka, though, and exactly that. This retake now does get very difficult for this CT side. They're going to be trying to aggress from different angles. Felina, MDS, his position has been made aware of. And as Robo down into that 1 versus 3, he will just try and save that AWP himself. If only he had a defuse kit, could have maybe swiped in for a ninja defuse at the last second, but still gets out alive with that AWP in hand, although 11-4 is still a chance, but if Dracaries make it 10-5, again, we have a similar scenario, much like the first map. Whereby Nemiga need that pistol round to be able to keep up their streak. Dracaries can easily get back into the game themselves. There you have it, Kalinka. He'll be able to swipe at the first kill. At least Jo able to pick up the secondary AWP. Or the first, the only AWP. Already they're going to break toward the A site. MDS has to be aware of this, however. Will he get a flashbang from his teammate? I think he did, but not that it will account for much. A trade out of Kalinka again that sees Lollipop shut down in a 4 versus 2. That should see Dracaries taking themselves a 5th round here on Inferno. Oh, look at Box, though. I think the flank is way too quick for them to be aware of right now, and it seems exactly that. Although as Shalfie is able to take care of Box, it just leaves Jo into now a 1 versus 2. Oh my gosh, a 1v1, but luckily Red Hide He was there to close the situation down, ensure that it didn't go pear-shaped. There it is. 10-5 on the board. Exact same result. Exact same position as the first map. And if we know anything, it's the fact that if Nemiga take the pistol, they find themselves at least 12 or 13-5. And we know that Nemiga likes to play their pistols in an aggressive manner. We might see them either straight down toward banana or straight toward the top of middle. It seems like this time going for a little more of a passive approach. I like this. Because of how much aggression they showed in the first half at least, they want to try and now slow things down, but it's Felina that takes out 2. Even hungry for a third, but it might be Kalinka that strikes, and it is. As they know of at least a final man lingering around in this sort of position towards second mid. The bomb has been dropped, and MDS, he's going to try and challenge Redhide. He's tagged down very low. Look at this. Gets himself inside of deep CT. Opens up the frag, but look at this. Oh my gosh, Box. He has all the information in the world right now, and he's already gone to that A site. But I feel like... Ooh, Shalfie. I think he's aware of this. I think he just heard Box at the last second. But they don't expect MDS to be this close. And as he takes out one, looking for Def at least as well. He's able to find it. Shalfie doesn't have the defuse kit. He's going to be trying to hunt the men down, but it seems like Nemiga, when the odds were entirely against them, might have just found the round. Ooh, there is time ticking though, and MDS, he's trying to play the little bait and switch. He knows that he's not on the bomb. He knows the round is his. And even with Shalfie finding the frag, that is 11-5. He'll die in the end as well. Still, force buy to come out of Nemiga. Oh, sorry, out of Dracaries. But realistically, losing this round does spell that 13-5 that we so spoke about. This time, some banana aggression to be exuberated by Dracaries. Look at this double balcony setup, though. I really like this out of Nemiga, but they aggress. It's Felina that finds 2. Jo to return fire, however. With majority of pistols left on this side as they take out a first, it's a second to follow. Once again, it is all in the hands of Shalfie. Diffuse to be planted very, very safe, and as he comes up from top mid, there is not a lot that he can do right here. And he is going to go for the save. And rightly so. Doesn't really want to be giving up the MP9. And there we have it. That'll see Nemiga again forcing Dracaries down onto an eco. This time, a couple of pistols and Kevlar to be purchased. But it's nothing in the form of a solid buy round for that CT side, and that should see Nemiga very easily up to a 13th. If they can win both series in a fashion that means that they get a 16-5 on each, that's a very confident result. Alina able to find not a first, make it a second as well. Okay. Getting themselves a couple of eco frags, fair enough. The bomb this time going to head down towards B, but the majority of players for this Drackery side already going to be rotating. As Def is boosted up toward that close flower pot position. He's able to find one of his own as well. He strikes again. As Robbo at least able to force out the bomb plant, trying to tap away, but not going to matter. Ooh, he's able to solidly reposition as well. And as he takes down a first, the second to follow. No Kevlar on Volina meant that he was always disadvantaged. And a 13-5 that sees Drackery's now going for that buy round. As Robbo already able to land the initial frag. Chalfie tagged down to 23 as well. Make it 18 as he luckily is able to get the AWP, but even so. Ooh, Redhide. 8 damage in return, although it's JO that finds a first. Raids it back into a 4 versus 3, and the best thing about this is, oh my gosh, he just walks into the angle. 2 players now incredibly low. They don't even have to commit. The bomb now to be collected. They can go to whichever site they want to right here. And so, into that 4 versus 3 that we'll see. Oh, MDS. Well, there's the B bomb site wrapped up. Oh, sorry, A bomb site wrapped up. Drackeries will go for the save, but that is ultimately going to be a 15-5 on the board. Because right now, they have no economy whatsoever to be able to force a purchase. Even with an AWP and an AUG in hand. It is probably not going to make any sort of difference. And of course, they are going to reinvest. Why wouldn't they at this point? And so this time, already some aggression to be shown that sees JO find a first. It's Lollipop. Oh my gosh. Well, unfortunately, it appears that that might just be the game itself. As Robbo takes down Kalinka, Redhide to fall. A 15-5 that does see Dracaris, whilst being able to repurchase, not going to be able to afford all too much. And at this point, it is looking so good for Nemiga. Honestly, I've been very impressed with them, I've got to say. I've looked like a very solid side, to say the least. As already we do see a little bit of damage to be inflicted. Kalinka this time, he'll be able to land the initial frag. Not before J.O. He trades twice. Oh my gosh, damage being done to death through that smoke in itself. 4 versus 3, that as soon as death... Oh, he's dead as well. Oh boy. That's the game over, boys. That is it. Amiga, they'll be advancing into the next round of that closed qualifier, of course, or the qualifier for the minor. As Kalinka, the last man standing, Box already able to finish him off. A 16-5 that sees a very strong play out of Nemiga. They'll advance and we head into our next series. It's going to be in around an hour and 20 minutes time at least. An hour and 10 as we go into Simon versus Prosto. And of course, be sure to check out GG.bet, the sponsor for the miners themselves. With that being said, I'll be live or back here in around an hour or so, an hour and 10, to kick off Simon versus Prosto, our second best of 3 of the evening. Our last one being Forza versus No Name. But we'll get into that one a little bit later. For now, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you all very soon.
Place your bets at GG.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at GG.bet.